Okay, Christina here to listen to some music. And today's music selection is State of Independence by Jon and Vangelis. So I know both of these artists, and I know that they came together to make a special duo outside of their normal music. Jon Anderson is the lead singer from Yes. I have done a few of their songs on the channel so far, and I love their prog rock sound. I love their music. I've done Roundabout and Your Move / I've seen All Good People. Excellent stuff. Vangelis, I've heard some of his movie music. So over on my movie channel, I've reacted to Blade Runner. But he also did Chariots of Fire, which actually I'm not sure if I've seen it or all of that, but I definitely know that theme song. I mean, you can't be a child of the 80s and not know the Chariots of Fire theme song. And so when I was watching Blade Runner, I was like, hey, this music sounds really familiar. Sure enough, same guy. Apparently he also did the 1980 Cosmos series as well, the music for that with Carl Sagan. I'm a big science nerd, so I've seen that entire series, but I love the music from both of these artists, so I cannot wait to hear them together. And what are we going to find when we listen to this music? I am a professional classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So we find a lot of interesting things in this music. The composition, the instruments, how it's all put together, and how it makes us feel. Why do we like it? Or why do we not like it? I am incredibly curious to find out what this music is going to sound like. This came out in 1981, I believe. Ooh, this is going to be fabulous. I just have the feeling. Hard rock? Synth? I don't know. So enough delay. Let's listen. Okay, here we go. So excited for this. Okay, I'm going to back it up because I wanted to soak in this little chorus part here, whatever this is. That's really cool. This is so awesome. I'm getting the same feeling of happiness, sort of a state of bliss, but at the same time, not too ignorant, you know? Like you still have your feet on the ground, but I don't know, your head is pretty close to the clouds. It is kind of synthy, sort of synth pop sounds. I'm not really hearing rock per se. It's more synth pop. Oh, the little keyboard. I was hearing that. That's what I was doing. You know, the little keyboard sounds. They were so cute up there. And then the clapping. At first I thought it was a more complex rhythm, but I think it was just like that. So cute. It's so cute, but a state of independence. So that might have a deeper meaning. I'm not quite sure how this all, like, how does the music fit together with the message yet? I'm not sure. I'm just enjoying this on the surface so much. All of the little sounds. There's just something, to me, quaint about it, nostalgic, because again, I am a child of the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. So I don't know, I just hear so many familiar little sounds in the background. And now I'm getting to know Jon Anderson's voice. And so I hear that familiar tone and that familiar range. And I don't know, there's just something really happy and familiar about this. And at the same time, completely new. All right, I want to back it up and hear this little interlude moment. This should be far enough. With all the echoing, that was really cool. All right, here we go. Okay, we've come back to a verse there. I'll have to check the lyrics here in just a moment because I'm still not completely catching the meaning. And honestly, the feeling that I'm getting, the feeling, just the emotion that I'm getting from the music is sort of good enough for me right now. Again, I hear the music first and the lyrics second usually. And in this one, the music is carrying me so fully, so solidly that I'm just like, do I need to know what the words are? Well, yeah, I do want to know. I mean, they obviously put a lot of work into it. So yes, I do want to know. But I'm just saying right now, the music is enough for me just right now. Okay, but I am curious. We're going to find out what the words are, I promise. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's almost a hint of like Jamaican music. Like if I were to start hearing steel drums, I wouldn't be completely surprised. That would actually kind of make sense. And some of the sounds of some of the synthesizer instruments in the background actually almost have a steel drum quality to them. But there is the repetitive motion, that perpetual that a lot of synth pop has, that is there. And I love that. And one thing with this is that Jon Anderson's voice is being utilized as one of the instruments. So yeah, he's singing the words, but the range that he's singing in is similar to some of the other higher tones that we hear kind of sparkling in the background. That, again, all of the little shimmering, the keyboards, the repetitiveness, which goes in with that perpetual motion with the beat. There's a repetitiveness to the chord structure in here. So I did hear also one of my favorite modes, which is kind of a way of using scale degrees in music, but Mixolydian mode, it's one of my favorites. So we have this, and then it goes down to like that. So it goes down a whole step from tonic and then back up. It's a little complicated, I know, but that sound right there is why we like it. Very, very cool. I hear all of the fingerprints from both of these musicians. With Jon, I hear there's like a happiness to it, and he's like, yeah, those little things that he does in his singing. And again, just the range that he's singing in and how it mixes in with some of the instruments. And then some of the traditional, like, sort of prog rock instrumentation, like the saxophone and the piano and a couple of whooshy sounds here and there. And then Vangelis, you can hear that, not that exact specific thing, but that perpetual, you can hear that that's his touch in there, like from Chariots of Fire. I was catching some sounds in there that really reminded me of Blade Runner, like I'm taken, up over those pyramid buildings that they show you at the beginning. I was taken right back to that. So cool. All right, let's just keep going. This is great. Okay, did we go into full-on Jamaican music at the end there? I think we did. Okay. That ending was so much fun. It got all shimmery and cute, and then it died down, and then we had a little moment with the hand clapping. Awesome. And then it was like, ta-da, the end of the song. And then the little conversation at the end, like, oh, that was really great. Good job, guys. All right. Okay. So, and then that almost straight on steel drum synthesizer there at the end. That was great. So that has to be a theme that goes through, a motif with the steel drums. This was so great. So one thing that I really loved is how the instruments handed off the different timbres to each other, the different motifs. That's just like little themes that happen all throughout a piece of music. And to the point where you couldn't tell where, you heard it doing one instrument doing this, and then the other one picks it up and carries it over, and it was so smooth. And his voice did that. The saxophones did that. Some of the little clinky, clunky keyboard sounds in the back did that. It was so clever and creative. Kept me on my toes the entire time. It's okay if it's repetitive, because there were so many things to listen to just get swept away with, that you don't care how repetitive it is, because it's all so intriguing. But that did kind of remind me of the theme to Knight Rider. If you know, you know. But again, I don't mean to reference any influence necessarily. Unless, did he do that one too? I don't know. Okay. That'd be funny if he did. All right. Again, child of the 80s. I know a lot of the TV shows and a lot of the theme songs for those. So, wow. This was just really, really fun. All right. I have to check out the lyrics. Now it is time. Okay, state of life, may I live, may I love, coming out the sky. I name me a name. To Tibet, treat the life as a game, if you please. This sense of freedom derives from a meditative state. Okay, so maybe we're looking inward. Bring me to meet your sound, and I will bring you to my heart. All right, the words are a little disjunct almost, sort of like rearranged, but at the same time, they all still kind of make sense. So I think it's more of an inward look at life, but also through the connection of love with someone else, maybe. But it mentions lots of different places in the world. So does it literally mean travel? Is this supposed to represent traveling the world? Or is it like love is so big that it can encompass the world, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe you take part in love, but at the same time, you want to keep your identity. You don't want to get lost in a relationship per se. Like, is that the state of independence? I don't know. Or is it also a political thing? Okay. Well, if you happen to know, let me know in the comments. I would love to know more about this. But until I do learn more, I kind of enjoy it being sort of up in the air, because then I don't need to solve this mystery right now. I can just let it be. Let it be sort of wondrous and fun and exciting. And I can see 4 or 5 different meanings behind it already. And so, hey, it could be any of them or all of them. That's exciting. So maybe we'll get narrowed down later. Maybe we won't. All right, let's go back to a couple of fun spots. So Jon's voice, just right from the beginning, let's hear it, where it comes in. See the Knight Rider thing? Da, 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 da. Oh. That was almost like an Atari sound, like from Missile Command. That psh. See, there's that psh. And the cute keyboard, and there he is. So cute. I love it. He's so syncopated. So he's like da 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 da-da, da-da, da-da. And that sort of matches the lyrics themselves. Some of them were sort of rearranged, almost like a direct translation. You know, in some languages, it's like the adjective comes first or second. So yeah, this is really cool. But did you hear all those sounds? I heard them. This is really fun on headphones. Would this translate on a stereo? I think it would, even on a bad stereo. It's from the 80s. I'm sure it sounded good enough back then, and it would just sound even better on a really good stereo. So yeah, I bet this sounds great. Okay, so I want to go to the spot where the instruments start to hand things off and imitate one another, and I literally could hardly tell when, like, wait, that was this, and now it's this, and so cool. Let's hear. There, the synthesizer, the bass synthesizer handed off to the saxophone. And now the keyboard turns into the vocals. And whatever the heck this is, hello Blade Runner. And then that turns into the other saxophone. What? So many things. But all with that underneath it. So groovy. Awesome. Okay, we hear the triangle. Yeah. Yes, it's on the beat, and it got me now. Oh, that was off the beat. And then it disappears. And then comes back. There it is, all the syncopated part. So great. Oh, it's those little tiny details that make this so fabulous. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I love collaborations like this. When it's two obvious musicians that, like two flavors of food that you put them together and you wouldn't think it at first, but once you put it together, you're like, not bad. So this is definitely that. Absolutely. Let's see. What are some others that I know of? Okay, Frou Frou, Imogen Heap and Guy Sigsworth. And I found them because I know Guy Sigsworth, who works with Björk. And Björk worked with Tom York from Radiohead. So Radiohead and Björk are two artists that I've definitely known throughout the years. Those duos right there, when two people like that team up together and you hear them and you can tell who is who. Frou Frou does that especially. You can definitely hear Imogen Heap and you can definitely hear Guy Sigsworth. If you don't know those, then maybe you all have learned something new today. Go out and find those. But I definitely have come across something new today, and I love this. I loved every single second of it. This was fantastic. Okay, that was State of Independence by Jon and Vangelis, and I hope I'm pronouncing Vangelis correctly. I think I am. I think I got that straightened out with the movie channel, but if not, I'm doing my best. This was really, really great. This is definitely one I'm going to put on my playlist, up kind of towards the top, I think. And I don't say that about all of them, but this one is so cool, and I just want to hear it again and again and again. And if this is just one track off, there's a whole album here. Is there more than one album? Oh, I hope so. I hope that they really did a lot of work together, because this is just really fun. So if you have recommendations of what else they've done that's really good that I might like, let me know. Was this on the radio? Was this really popular? Or was it sort of short-lived? I don't know. Oh, I have a lot to learn. So again, if you know, put stuff in the comments, please, because I want to learn more about this group. All right, so thank you for joining me on my discovery of this duo and this song. It was awesome. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe. You can also find me on Patreon and Coffee and Throne, or become a channel member on YouTube. And as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay and keep listening.